Good morning, traders. It's the 10th of February, Friday, end of the week. Um, Pretty interesting how yesterday played out. I mean, had I stayed on about five more minutes, I probably would have had you guys pretty well prepared for that breakdown. I gave it to you before we even took full to the downside for further beatdown, and I had mentioned to you that needed to pay close attention to that MA, which was a little closer to 25 or 24 than it was 28 as I had posted. I was off a few handles, but we held it. I'll show this in a second. I just want to show you the overall picture of how these markets played out. Something you really should pay attention to as a trader. I talk about trend lines and this and that, and I know they're so simple, but they're so effective. And you can see in ES, and this was, I just do it. Does it always pay out? Does it always provide significant information? More often than not, it really does. And this one came about, I don't even know when we made this high of 72. Probably did it overnight because I don't think we ever got to it during the morning session. I think we didn't get higher than 65. Anyway, but look at the Dow. And the Dow, obviously Dow had a little more strength yesterday. Hold on, I don't want this to affect us. Hold on. And they ran them up and they provided this double top. As a trader, you have to pay attention to stuff like this, double bottoms, double tops. They just happen so often that they hit these spots and they just roll. Look at the NASDAQ, a clean double top here, and they rolled. All right, so let's get to yesterday's trade really fast. It took a while. As always, they always work the crowd between 8:30 and 9, sometimes even a little longer. And you can see right here, it was a little bit after 9 o'clock. They double topped around 60 and off they went, and they went hard. And they kind of bounced a little bit off of 40. We still had a gap down to 30, and of course that MA at 25. So that you knew that was support early, okay? And then they meandered a little bit, and then they made their way down to it eventually, okay? And somewhere in here, you can see these bottoms are all around 30 right there. So there's your 30. That was a settlement. They hit it to the spot and they bounced. And it did provide a long, okay? You have to take advantage of it. It's a significant area. And then you can see here, look at the double top in the Dow and look at the Dow's movement. Look how hard they rolled them. Um, then we got this double top right here at about 42, and this must have been right there. These two markets just completely. I was actually watching this point, and you can tell right at 30 they hit stops, and then they tapped at MA here right there. See that little brief stall, and then everybody was out of the pool. This was pretty much ignited the rest of the sell-off. In fact, you can see that every rally stalled at MA. Gave you one pinch through, probably tried to sucker everybody in. They hesitated, and then the next beatdown came for the rest of the day. And once we got under the trend line, which was around 4106, it was just, everybody out. And the rest was just jumping on it. The trend was not done. They broke structure and off they went. And here we are right now. So you got to follow through overnight, and they're sitting right now at probably a significant level, which is 70. And I would expect them. This is the MA here, so this is a big deal right here. All right, this is a big trend line here as well. I'm not even sure what low this is coming in. This is coming in off our last significant. Oh, this goes all the way down to 38. Those are the last big bottoms we had before this market took off to these highs. This is a big deal. So this MA, this trend line, this is a huge deal. This is why you're getting this little stall right here. I don't know how this is going to play out early. I would expect, wait for them to find a bottom They might try to sucker more people in and then rally. I gotta believe they're gonna try to come back up to settlement at some point. So it's either gonna do it early or they're gonna push it a little harder, keep it down, and then spend the rest of the day trying to make its way up one way or the other. If you get the early signal to buy, you got to take it. There's gap all the way up to, sorry about that, up to about 4,100. Like I said, let it play out. It's early. It's a little 7:30 now. I don't really like taking action at this type of day. It's too thin. I'd rather wait, even if it takes off. I don't even know what the levels are. They're right here. So, all right. So we don't have really anything until about 60, and they could squeeze it all the way back down there, get everybody in, ram them back down one hard time, and get everybody completely short, and then ram them up. It's Friday. I don't know if they really want this market to take a beat down, but you can't. The fact is, the market was a little overbought, got a little ahead of itself. Surprisingly, we had these huge rallies with which wasn't very positive data. The market keeps, there's such a disconnect with what's really happening out there and, what the Fed is going to have to do. And, I just think the market is trying so hard to kind of just factor everything in, but, you can't factor in something we don't know. And as this data keeps coming in, and if it doesn't support the fact that inflation is coming down and the economy is slowing down, and there's no other recourse than for the Fed to keep raising rates. So, and that's what the data keeps saying. But yet the market rallied viciously, and they just was ignoring it. And this is a kind of the new trading trend. You've got a lot of retail traders pushing this. The big money knows the value, and that they're going to take advantage of it whenever it gets overbought and or oversold. So, that's how you got to look forward to the extremes and taking advantage of these locations. So, like I said, don't know how this is going to play out. You're going to have to just wait. You got another hour. They could start taking off between, sometimes you get a move at 8, a little before the bell, they'll start coming in and buying it. That's fine. It depends on how you trade. You see a signal, this is what you do, take it. I usually wait till 8:30. I like to see the big money come in, and that's when you got to play the game with a little more confidence and a little more support. So this is the end of the week. I hope that you guys are doing well if you're following these videos and understanding price and how it really reacts to the moving averages and the pivots. And yeah, that's why you get really great trading opportunities from these locations. In any case, that's the gig. Talk to you guys soon.